Okay, welcome back. Let's continue where we last left off. Oh, okay. Okay, everything's good. Okay. Let me switch to warrior and interact with this footprint. There's the second set. I think this is a trial, if my memory serves me right. My character is so adorable. There we go. Okay, this is getting annoying. Alright, they might be over here. Possible. Oh my god. Brr, so cold. I want to go home. Sup? What? Please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Ah, Kira, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been a while. It's been so awful. The Guardians were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell's bent and on invading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster's gasping maw twice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Biggs, he isn't here. He went off to a different location to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Tracked down Wedge? That's wonderful news. Now, what about Biggs? I see. Well, it's hardly surprises me that the big fella went off as he did. For all the tongue lashing he gives Wedge, he always taking care of him. Excuse me. I've scored in the area surrounding the Darkhold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know that for the fact that Biggs headed west, with both Yetta and Yosola helping out. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves me right, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. There, I hope was that Master Garlord you spoke with? After 5 long years, thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now. Akira, let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. So I'm level 51 for Warrior. What about now? I'm level 47 for Lancer. Fascinating. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to the frozen corner of the realm? Oh, would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. How are you feeling now? Then I'll stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. Where is Wedge? There we go. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold with Guardians on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Akira, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. A Rogan gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Furious Gaze, and it may be worth a while to investigate. I make the suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort rather than drawing the enemy to hit this tower. Mayhap he elect to pass us by. Alright. Two. Oh fuck. Nope. No, go. Akira, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area? Well, this that stands to the reason I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Guardians away from me, but where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? Ah, fuck. We can't give up, Akira. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who could help us, even if he only it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me, ask anyone who listen, and hurry. Big chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. Ah, fuck. What the fuck? There we go. That's weird. Give me a moment. Cool. Let us proceed up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here or the vicinity of Darkhold, it is possibly he made for White Brim. To reach it, one must travel through Danifin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east here. Well, I make no guarantees that your search will bear fruit. It is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing, dude. Tread rarely when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Alright, like this. Ow. Let's see. And yes, this is a trial. Lovely. I would say, yeah. That should be a good enough volume. Our orders are to take you back dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Akira, it is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Yetta has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me! He's not alone. Kill them all. Fucking hell. Seriously, again? Come on. And dead. My thanks. Another moment, and I would have. Ugh. He has been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Well, very well. Yetta and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be happy, so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Aw, I love reunions. Oh, yeah, so adorable. Let me switch to Lancer. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be lovely. I cannot thank you enough, Akira, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes. I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved wedges too, Akira. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Big Stretch, gods, it's good to see you two again. Of you again, Chief. It's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we all know you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. When Alfinald told me of the raid of the Rakinsons, I fear the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Rich and I were at the workshop when they came. Before we knew that what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand though. How did the Guardians get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself asked the same question, and that day When I returned to the Carnage of the Waking Suns, I noted not amidst the horizon, nothing at all to suggest the passing of Imperial forces. From this, I concluded that the Guardians came neither from land or air, nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics of the use uh, of the kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bounded onto the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we fought ourselves in the midst of an imperial strong hold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them. Give me a moment. Castrum Sentry. Huh. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us in another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald. Much to our dread, we knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So risky, though it was, what we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. Ha! If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel, that will have been big handiwork. Like as not, you always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Akira, thank you for the returning of my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There is still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. All right, you lot. Garlord Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hooray! All right, let's talk to Sid. Thanks to Biggs and Reg, we are with us again. Thanks to you, Biggs and Reg are with us again. There we go. Now we must find a way to rescue Infinity and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long ago. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they are being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convey at Revenant tolls and more donut. Tis as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and south will get your way there. You there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We've bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Let us continue with our adventure. There we go. More donut. Oh no, I just always call it more donut for some reason. Let's attune to this crystal. Alright. Okay. Well met, friend. What brings you to relevant tolls? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held by captive at Calistrum Sentry, and you want to rescue them. I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with the armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yards of the walls undetected. If the Guardians were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Menphilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it has to be good old-fashioned infiltration. But with the security so tight, how are you going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I've a mind to walk through the front door. Huh? The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperious troops and march right in. For this, we'll need few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. Huh, that's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. By borrowing, I mean like killing them. Knowing those Imperial bastards, so they won't even expect that we savage Erosia would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead and with this, I'd recommend you speak with Galamont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a deal about Castrum Sentry. Besides, I've no doubt that he want to be aided. Doubt. Yara and I shall recontier Guardian activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comments before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Akira. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Yetta, are you there ever times that you are not enthused? Aroused? Enthused? I'm nothing if I'm not enthused, Yestella, and you're beginning to remind me of Papa Lomio. Cool. Where is he? There he is. Looking for a Galamont? Are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. You're looking to get into Castrum Century and you need my help. Huh. Something tells me we're gonna get along just fine. Okay. So you have friends in Castrum. What want for rescue? That Saffborn knows me too well. You can count on my help. I've got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on a opportunity to get back at the horse sons. But enough about me. I Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk from captivity, right? Delicated business. A single oversight, just one little blunder, and it's all over. You can't leave any room for unnecessary. For starters, you need to confirm beyond the shadow of the doubt that your friends where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out? You ask the following the by following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll be swamp plowed to your left, called the Tangled. Get in there, never mind all the mobiles, and navigate your way to the southern west corner. You'll come upon sun's drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but I one of them leads to the backup of the command tower. If you listen closely, might be as you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. We know for certain your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now get going and Godspeed. Cool. Boop. Do 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 do. Oh, I should change to warrior. So let's see. Once I do the job quests for 45, I'll be able to get my artifact armor, which is gonna be the headpiece, the arms, the legs, and the feet. And I think after that will be the chest, which will be the level 50 quest, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's probably the other way around where I'll be missing the headpiece. But I'm completely certain it's just the chest piece that will be in at level 50. Alright, so let's. Bye. There we go. This is speech. I think conversation echoes from the pipe. Oh, never mind. It's the speak. What of the captives? Does she still refuse to speak? She may be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The Elysian gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, he only to spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfilia woman? They say she possessed some mystical power, something we Guardians don't have. Mystic power, like the kind of beastmen use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well, try to tumble her. I like my head where it is. Thank you very much. Oh, our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. The footfalls grew fainter until all is silent. Ah, shit. Nope, wait. I'm going the wrong. There we go. Ah, bad breath. Don't want to be hit by that. Bad breath is just it's a debuff. You get like every debuff, and it sucks. Fuck off. Ah, fucking frogs. Fuck. These are fucking annoying. If they pull aggro on you, they use their tongues to pull you into them, which is a pain in the ass. I really don't want to deal with that shit. Okay, you didn't pull. Okay, cool. Tis good to see you again, Akira. I've given to understand. You have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what have we? What tell me what were you able to learn? So Minfilia and the others are indeed in Castrum Sentry. Their presence thus confirmed. We must proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. May pray have the details from him. Good news! Good work, Akira. As Alphanad has already told you, we've plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Galamant is looking into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armor. In the meanwhile, I need your assistance for some preparations on my own. Minfilia and the others are counting on us. Akira, let us keep them waiting any longer. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Well, Galamont goes about devising his plan. We need to see to some preparations of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that they're short in armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device. The explanation is like to get a bit technical, so bear in mind with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now that the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the self-same energy, by making use of the property, we should be able to drown our Imperial forces. To ensure that we have encountered amplification, we must identify the most potent crystal among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, moids are drawn to a lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. Alright, let's... Whoa, that's a level 46? That should be a level 45. Okay. Well then, let's return to Minza. Aetherite. Let's teleport to the Firstman's Guild. Travel to Costa del Sol. Yes. Alright. And this will be the very end of this episode. And next one, we'll continue with the job quests. And then followed by the main scenario quests until level 50. I mean, when the main snare quest hits level 50. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode and see you in the next one. Fare thee well.